Well, good morning, everybody. Mark Finan here in the Home Weather Office. It is Monday morning. It's now the 12th day of August, 2024. This is the morning briefing coming to you from the Home Weather Office. Boy, what a change we've seen in the last few days. It seems like last week and the week before, when we were talking about the weather in Northern California, we were talking about heat and we were talking about fires. This week, we're talking about nice days. Yeah, the fires are still technically going on, but they are not burning like what we saw a week or so ago, and they're certainly not out of control or anything like that. Let me go to the satellite this morning, because what you'll see here is a couple of things. First, we've got the marine layer here, which is nice. We have an onshore breeze. But if you look here in El Dorado County, where the Crozier fire is, there's no smoke. And that was the case on Saturday and Sunday and is again today. Now, one of the misconceptions about fire and fire reporting is that one of the numbers that they'll look at is the containment number. And if you look at the containment on the Crozier fire, it's at, I think, something like 28%. Well, the containment number means nothing when it comes to fire behavior. Fire behavior and containment are not correlated at all. It's going to take a long time to contain that fire. Even though it is not putting up any big time smoke, it is still smoldering on the interior. The number you should be paying attention to is the fact that it has not grown over the course of the weekend. It's probably still going to smolder in some interior areas, but because this is in remote terrain, it's going to take them a long time to get a good solid dozer line around it. And then on the park fire, here too, this is not grown. And what you see here is the smoke coming down the various creeks and canyons first thing in the morning. There is still activity here, but here too, the perimeter has not increased. And what the fire folks tell us is that what you see here is burning on the interior. So they put a line on Highway 36 here up by Mineral and slightly beyond, and it looks as though that is holding. So yeah, fire really not much of an issue, certainly not as much as what we had been seeing. So that's great news. And the other great news, of course, is that, well, the temperatures have come down. Yeah, we didn't see any 100s over the weekend. And with this sort of a pattern this morning, it's not going to be 100 degrees today. As a matter of fact, with this general troughiness, we are going to see some pretty mild weather through the week. It's going to be a weak ridge here during the middle part of the week that will allow the temperatures to come up, but another little trough comes by to kick up the onshore breeze. And then overall, a deeper trough comes our way. What day are we up to now? This is getting into the day on Friday. So this kicks the big high much farther to the east and south. So for Northern California, this is a really nice pattern as we set up into next weekend. Now, beyond that, and I'll show you more on this in just a second, beyond that, the interesting thing next week is going to be where is the low and where is the high? Because a shift just one way or the another can make a difference of, well, probably 10 degrees. So whether it's 92 or 102 is going to depend on if this low is instead 100 miles this way or 100 miles that way. And, a week out, that's going to be tough to call. And then it does look as though by the time we get into this, should be around the 21st, I think. Yeah, the 21st, the ridge does, at least in this model, come back, maybe a little bit of a monsoon. But all of this is next week, meaning that all of this week is going to be quite nice. So let me show you the way the HRRR is showing it this morning, and I'll just go through the temperatures. I'll go to 5 o'clock this afternoon. And as I scroll over this, you'll see that valley temperatures are generally in the range of the upper 80s to low 90s. Average high is still 94, I believe. So we're still in a pretty warm part of the year, so we could see a daytime high below average, which we have not been seeing too many of over the last 7 or 8 weeks. So yeah, nice day today. So that's this afternoon. A little bit of an onshore gradient, so we'll get the delta breeze. So pretty nice summer day today. During the overnight tonight, we will see early morning temperatures drop down into the 50s. So tomorrow morning should be quite nice, 50s to around 60. And tomorrow will also be another comfortable day. The onshore breeze maybe not quite as strong during the day tomorrow, and temperatures tomorrow will be a little bit warmer, perhaps reaching the range of the, instead of, let's say today being 88 to 90, tomorrow maybe more like 90 to 92, something like that. Pretty comfortable all in all. And I'll show you something else that this may be a bit in the weeds, but I'll show you something because this is something that I look at every day, and I guarantee that every meteorologist looks at this data every day. I'm going to show you a bunch of numbers, but I'll show you the way the way this summer has been going, the one way that we look at this. So what I'm going to show you here is what we call extracted data. And this is going to be off the 0Z GFS. I'm just laughing because you're just going to see a bunch of numbers, but I'll show you what I look at. So yeah, what you're seeing here is just a bunch of numbers. So what this is this is off the graph. I should say the GFS rather. And what this is this data that goes all the way up through 384 hours. This is all the model run. And this is broken down into 6-hour increments. And this column is the max temperature during that period, min temperature, wind direction, precip, etc., temperatures aloft, all that sort of thing. It's just a nice way to give you, if you know what you're looking for, you can just find out, what I just showed you on this. It's this put out into numbers. So what I guarantee you that every meteorologist in Northern California is looking at this and saying, okay, no 100s, no 100s, no 100s, no 100s, no 100s. Oh, there they are. That's next week. So you can just kind of get the quick scan on this to say, all right, I don't see any triple digits for the week. That's just the first thing you look at. During the winter, the first thing you look at is this column here is to see if there's going to be any rain. But the way this summer has gone, this is the quick scan. You just look down this column, no 100s. Okay, until maybe next week. Fine. I guess we can deal with that. So according to this model, this would be, let's see, 92 today, 93, 95, 94, 92, 89, 89. That's the weekend cooling. And then, maybe next week we get back up to 100 degrees. I know that's a lot of numbers, but just to kind of dig into the weeds of the sort of things that we look at. And I just do find it funny because the way this last 6 weeks have gone, you just look at that every day and you go, okay, are there any hundreds in there? Or when there are all 100s on there, you just kind of go, where do they not hit 100? So anyway, I just thought I'd share that. That is what it is, but it's just kind of a deep in the weeds. So yeah, pretty quiet week this week. The fires certainly do look as though they've calmed down, which is great. And the temperatures will be pretty comfortable for this week. So, I kind of would, if I was still working at the television station, I'd be wondering, what am I going to talk about this week after everything we've had to talk about over the last couple of weeks? So I have to tune in at 5 and see what Heather Waldman's going to talk about later on today. But in the meantime, that's everything I've got for you this morning. Make it a great day. I'll talk with you later.